Beautiful. Guys, I'm Hot Dog.
Trey.
Guty Blesses.
Come on now. With us, owner of Gents,
Sir.
Mano a Mano Boxing. Guys, he has been in the industry for over the past 10 years, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, come on now. I got a couple questions to ask you, man. We want to know, what skills do you believe make a barber stand out in competition like this, Battle of the Barbers Expo?
I think when it comes down to these battles, man, it's about being extra, right? A lot of people don't like people who are extra. When it comes to battles, man, that's what you got to do. You got to be extra. You got to be prepared. It ain't just one of those. Oh, I'm just gonna do a design. Nah, man, you got to put thought into it. You got to, know what skills you bring to the table, and then show off. This is your time to really show off and talk. Excuse my language. Your shit. You know what I mean? And then go ahead and then prove that at the same time, man. That's really what it is. So you just got to come out here, man. Just give it your best. The thing is that everybody that comes battle aren't just average barbers. They're good barbers who believe in themselves. So at the same time, you're gonna try and make no mistakes. Because as far as
$75.
there you go. So and as far as judging goes, we know everybody's good. So we're gonna look for mistakes more than we are gonna look how good you are, because we know everybody's good. So it's about more about don't make no mistakes, man. That's really what it just comes down to.
I mean, shoot, what's like everything that you're talking about over the, you've been doing this for over 10 years now and whatnot. Has any of this, any of the results that you've seen from these people, have they influenced you at all, like with your style?
Definitely, man. It don't matter how long I've been there, because some of these new barbers here. Here's the thing: when I started barbering, we didn't have a lot of the things that these new barbers have now, right? Social media, even guys who are willing to help. Back in the day, it was dog eat dog, and it was like, these are my clients. That's it. No, man. Now you got this young generation who have all these outlets and all these people who they can learn from. These guys are just beasts. You know what I mean? Got a 50-year-old downstairs who's putting in work. You know what I mean? And he just did an amazing job.
Just cut up my hair, bro.
See, blew some of these guys who have been doing this for a while out of the water. So, man, yeah, changes definitely, man. Lots of them. Everybody's better now. So me being in the game for so long, like I gotta stay on my P's and Q's. I gotta stay on my toes and make sure that I don't get comfortable. I gotta continue to also learn. And as far as like new barbers, old barbers, it doesn't matter. We can all learn from each other.
Yeah, you technically have an OG barber style that you've learned from some of the best, especially from down there from Famous Cuts. Man,
That's
you
where
were there
I
for
started.
a while.
That was actually the first barbershop that I started.
Yeah, he's actually my barber now, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and seriously, it's kind of one of those things where
That's
it's like, dude, that's what I said. I was
That's
like,
dope,
that's
man.
insane, bro. From like, you got a shop. Now I'm 23. I got a shop. I got these people here with me, man, and
good for you.
they own a shop
Look,
too.
man,
You know what I mean?
Good
Like,
for you, man. And shout out to Robert Chavez for Famous Cuts. That was my first boss, man. And it's just everywhere that I've worked at, everyone that I've worked with, you gotta learn from each other, man. You gotta take things from each individual, because everything can benefit you, in the long run. You take some of this, maybe your lineups are clean and crispy. I take that from him. And maybe he works for you, but his fading technique is super dope, and I'll take that from him. And then you kind of just put everything together, man, and you create a better monster.
yeah, oh yeah. Everybody out here is for creating one another.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I liked here. We had a guy up here, and I'm sure you know Mr.
Yeah.
Aaron. He's over there talking about creative styles, man. He was saying that fits everybody.
Right.
That's something that you can genuinely see, especially with this community we're in this network here in Washington. Everybody's about growing one another. Those who aren't, don't grow.
Yeah,
and that's as simple
true.
as that. We're still here, open arms. Where you at? You know what I mean? And they're there. I'm not trying to be a part of that.
Right.
So with that being said, what advice do you have for like someone who is judging this battle as a head judge? Are you returning judge?
I'm a returning judge. Yeah, so I did the last one, and then this time I returned as the head judge.
Come on now. So now being the head judge, you have a platform to speak to other judges as well. What advice do you have for someone who might judge an upcoming event?
Keep favoritism out of the room. You have to be truthful. These guys, man, they're coming, and they're already stressed enough. They're nervous and all that. And to try and give it their best and their all, and then have somebody who's playing favoritism, it's BS. You know what I mean? Keep that out of it. Like, be truthful, be real. If you're gonna judge for what's there, nothing beats facts, nothing beats truth. And just go with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's your friend that's battling or whatever. Like you have to be truthful, man. If somebody out cut him, let it be known because that's what's gonna make you a better judge. You know.
That's some good words. Go ahead.
No, well, I mean, I guess my biggest thing though is what is the preparation that you did, you know, as a returning judge? What do you do to prepare for this role? What do you do to basically, like, I guess the process, preparation, everything. Like, what do you do? What is your process?
So again, I just being truthful, right? So I keep telling myself because I know a lot of the guys who compete, So again, it's more like
You have some guys here, don't you?
yeah. And one of the guys who I just hired last week, he's competing in this battle,
That's
and
great,
so I
man.
had to keep telling myself, you're going to be as truthful as you can, but you're also going to listen to all the other judges that are judging with you. It ain't just me. I might be the head judge, but at the end of the day, it's still a group judging. Which I still got to listen to them. They're still going to give us, their input as well as mine, right? So I just prepared by just, you got to kind of like this list that we have, right? You start thinking, well, what am I going to judge them for? Creativity, the cleanliness, the blends, all that stuff. So that's already something that I'm coming with in my head, and then kind of share that with the other judges and make sure that we're on the same page. So as far as preparedness, that's really what it is. Just that, being truthful.
Okay, real quick, do you want to get back down there while you have some time? Or you
I
want
got
to
time.
keep on?
I got time.
Love that. Okay, so let's continue then.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Just real quick, just because you were talking about, you got favoritism and everything like that, and you said you got your own. Have you, maybe last year, this year, anything like, let's say, if you had someone, have you had anybody of your own get upset when you judged because they didn't win it and it kind of came at you? Have you ever had any issues like that?
So not my own barbers, but like I said, I know a lot of the guys who compete. So last battle, some of them did get offended, but you know what, man? Nobody likes to lose.
Oh, 100%.
So I took it kind of as in I brushed it off my shoulder. Like people who lose are going to be upset no matter what. Nobody likes to lose. And so I kind of like I just do my best. And if you're going to be upset, you're going to be upset. There's nothing I can do about it. All I can say is next time, come better prepared. Do better.
So last time that we spoke was at the hair jam that you did over in Yakima, over with what was his name? I don't know, but
Was it Fangs? Or was it
Aces.
Ace of Fates.
Yeah.
Michael. My buddy Michael.
Remember?
Yeah.
So last time.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And this was an interesting view. I remember thinking on this because you had said that you didn't want to go to any barber battles, and you didn't mention nobody specifically.
Right.
This was just more of like because you were doing your hair jams,
Right.
and you were like, I want to stray away from competitions.
Correct.
And you were saying, hey, this is something that's like it kind of puts people against each other. And the jams, it's like literally
Together.
anybody come get a free haircut. Like,
And I still feel that way.
What's the?
So I still feel that way just because I feel like battles, kind of like what you were saying, right? People getting upset. I feel like battles comes with animosity. You know what I mean? Kind of like hate in a way, Like I'm better than him. And then if they lose, I did better than him. So why did I lose? In hair jams, nobody thinks like that because hair jams is kind of like a barber party where everybody's coming together and sharing knowledge with each other and working together, Battles is against each other, hair jams are together. So to me, still, to this day, even though I am a head judge, I still prefer hair jams, man, because it's about love, man. It's about creativity, kind of like what Mr. Those creative styles that everybody, that's what it's about. That's what hair jams are about, man. And they're really cool, because everybody, it's a party, bro. It's a barber party, And we're doing what we love. Like there's hair flying here, hair flying there, and you can jump in if you want. Like, hey, can I do the top? Come on, man, cut the top. I'll do the blend. This guy's going to do the blend on the other side. He'll throw a design. You know what I mean? Like it's real dope, man. They're fun. Yeah, they're fun, man. So I still back that. I'm still with that.
So in that, what are some of the positives that got you to switch over and
that I'm not battling? So I don't have to be a part of the animosity. I don't have to be a part of the looking and making, and feeling like I own a boxing gym, right? And when you're gonna compete against somebody in boxing, you're throwing punches at each other, right? So any competition to me kind of feels that way. We're at it. We're gonna go against each other's necks, type thing. So I don't have to feel that. I'm just judging, I'm kind of like everybody else is doing it, but I'm just kind of just keeping score. That's it, So I guess that's why I decided to go ahead and do it. And plus, Jesse James, the more and more he does these battles, man, the bigger they're getting. And it's because he's also grinding and he's going and meeting with all these shops and actually doing the footwork, to get in there. And it's pretty dope to see that he's bringing everybody together, even though it's a battle.
Yeah, and that's kind of the positive that brought.
That's the positive of that. Yeah. People are still coming together.
Yeah.
And more people are starting to join and kind of come to that. And these guys see each other a lot now at the battles. That instead of animosity, it's kind of more like, "What are you doing today?" Wait till I do it. You know what I mean? So it becomes fun now because they're starting to get to know each other. So I guess I'm starting to see a positive side in that. That these guys are now willing to kind of like friendly, beef. You know what I mean? Rather than real nonsense.
Yeah, because I mean, even in the last few battles, we have seen some sorry losers, and that's kind of like a poor sport on their part.
But again, and nobody likes to lose.
I guess it. And you'll have that anyway.
Right. And anything.
But I think here we really try to push the boundaries in terms of like trying to have good competitiveship. Good sportsmanship is key with these competitive competitions because the thing about competing. Go ahead.
You can learn from it. If you lose against somebody, well, go look at what they did. And maybe ask questions. That's not. So my thing is like, don't be salty. Instead, man, I like how you did this. What did you do? Then they tell you, and it's like, all right, cool. I'll try it on the next one. And then what happens? You progress. You get better, rather than staying in the same spot and you're sorry, for losing or whatever. Yeah, for sure. That's how you go up.
Can you say that one more time?
Oh no, I'm saying you got to build from any mistake that you make. You just got to go up. I mean, even if you think that you did 100%, maybe that 2% that you didn't do right, drops down to 98. You got to go up to the people and say, hey, what did I do wrong? Or what can I do to do better? Or like you said, go talk to the person that won and say, hey,
don't be prideful, man. Let that get that pride out the way. You know what I mean, and worry about growing. That's just my thing.
I hear this from someone all the time. You can never go up alone. You always got to have people to help.
Always. Everybody says, that they did it alone. That's almost 99% not true. Somewhere, somehow, somebody helped you, whether it's advice or whatever. It helped. You didn't do it alone.
Who helped you?
So, man, a lot of people did. A lot of people helped me. I could sit here and say I did it from the bottom by myself. That's not true. When I look around, man, from my family, my parents, my wife, my kids, my in-laws, all my friends that were around me, people that I worked with in the past, they were all a help. Everybody who I crossed paths in my entire career before I opened my shop, all were a help some way, somehow, because I learned from all of that, And so to me, I'm grateful for all those guys. Everybody who I ever worked with, everybody who I ever worked for. I'm grateful.
That's good stuff, man. So I want to say something else with your boxing gym.
Mm-hmm.
What inspired you to even open up a boxing gym, considering you have such a prestigious barbershop? Might add one of the most well-known barbershops in Tri-Cities. What made you want to try?
So I've always been into boxing, right? Boxing is part of my family. I have a brother who won Golden Gloves, champion. He won a U.S. Olympic gold medalist. Growing up, I used to watch my brothers go and box and spar at the community centers and stuff, and so it was always a part of my life. I got into boxing in my teens. I didn't take it as serious. I was out being a knucklehead, in the streets of Yakima. I mean, that's just what happens.
I didn't know you're from Yakima.
Yeah, I'm from Yakima. And so I was a knucklehead, so I didn't take it serious. I wish I would have. But anyways, fast forward, I have kids, right? My son, when he turned 4 years old, man, he was able to, communicate with me, properly. Obviously, he's grown. He can talk more, whatever. I decided to put some pads on and some boxing gloves with him. Now, mind you, my daughter did it first, but I was too hard on her that she kind of pushed away from it, and that's my fault, Man. So then my son, he just was natural. Like, it didn't even take long for me to tell him a few little, instructions, and he was just on it. And I was like, whoa, like this is crazy. So I shared, with other coaches that I knew, hey man, come check out my son, please. Like I know he's my son, but just come check him out. They came check him out. They're like, dude, I'll come out of retirement to coach your son. Oh, cool, let's do it. So then, fast forward another 2 years. Finally, my son's been training, and for the next 2 years. Now he's 6, and he just showed skill that I was just like, dude, I'm gonna open up a gym, and I'm gonna do this for him. So that's really come down to. But I met up with my business partner now, Jose. Man, I'm super grateful that he's my partner, and he came into the picture, man, and he's really, really, he has a lot of knowledge in it. He's been coaching for a while, and we became partners, man, and we decided to open the gym. And ever since we opened, we're just growing. We're at like 70 members and counting, and we just opened a third class. So anybody wants to do boxing, man, Mano a Mano Boxing Club in Pasco, Washington. You guys ever want to come through, man? Come on, man. We take whoever. Doesn't matter who it is. That's right. That's it.
Come on now.
Come on.
To the barbershop, my barbershop, come through
and yeah, come through, man. We
check
offer 2 days for free. Come check it out, man.
2 days for free. Okay.
If your employees piss you off, come put the gloves on with them. Man.
Get it. Okay, so last
catch
question.
a fade, catch two fades. See?
Two fades.
Come on. Catch a fade in the shower and catch a,
So he's got to get back to judging. As you guys can see, we got people behind us. That is all the models. I want to ask one final question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so having so many people under your wing, I mean, you constantly feel the pressure, I'm assuming, of being a leader. What kind of knowledge do you want to leave with people under you, people who look up to you? What do you want to give them?
My thing is, man, what puts a smile on me is seeing people better themselves, whatever they may be. When I opened up my shop, the name is Gents Barbershop, right? Everybody asks, well, why the name? Well, to be honest, I don't know if you guys ever saw the show before. I think it was VH1, right? It was called Gents. But it was a bunch of guys who were like from the hood or whatever, and these guys were trying to better themselves, right? Proper etiquette, how to really, be better, right? And so when I opened the shop, man, that's why the name was. I came from being a knucklehead, like I said earlier, a knucklehead in the streets, and I wanted to change my life and be somebody different. From a G to a Gen, And so now the way that I see things is that I want to see everybody better than themselves in their lives in the position. If my barbers are under me now, I want to see them be above me someday and open their own shops. That's the goal, man. You're not going to work for me forever. I want you to open your own shop. In which now, in Tri-Cities, out of my shop, man, there has been 9 or 10 shops being opened now. And now they own their own shops.
One of them being Prime Culture.
Prime Culture just opened, man. Hey, shout out to Tonio Collazo and Pedro Collazo, the brothers. My dudes, man, and congratulations to them. I was sad when they left, but I was really happy because they're gonna go and now build their own avenue. You know what I'm saying? And that's
great
really
spot
dope to see.
too.
Oh yeah, beautiful. They did a good job, man.
They really did, guys.
Yeah.
So with that, we gotta head out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're gonna go catch another one. Thank you guys.
Come on.
Real quick, I need to get your socials. If you want to look into the camera and just let them know what your handles are, where they can find you, mention the boxing, all that.
Yeah. So Facebook, Guty Villa. Instagram is Guty_Blesses. Let me see. That's really all I use, man, to be honest with you. Mano a Mano Boxing, 519. Come check us out, man. Tri-Cities.
You guys already know. This has been Hot Dog Barber.
Let's go.